2 months ago, I won a prize. It was for a movie script. I won the Karl Mayer Table Prize, and it was about a woman, and she was collecting food because she was thinking that a catastrophe will approach, and she did some exercises in the forest with her kids, and she bought weapons and so on. And when I wrote this movie script a year ago, I was thinking probably it's not realistic enough. Nobody will act like this, but like you see now, now you can see everybody act like this. As an artist or as a writer, how to handle this, how you describe reality if reality is changing so quickly. You are, in a way, as an artist, you're a hunter of reality, hunter of words, hunter of situation, hunter of. A friend of mine, she was acting in a movie, and she asked me if I want to play her lover, and so I decided to play her lover. And but this movie became a big success. It was invited to many festivals, and it won a lot of. The movie won a lot of prizes. So, for example, it was invited to the festival in Sundance, and it won an award at the Rotterdam Film Festival. For me, it was not so difficult to act in this movie, because as an actor you have to go inside the person, inside the character, and if you're inside this character, I think you can do everything. You have to feel it, and if you feel it, you can act. Okay, the most important thing is that you don't act, because if you start to act like a theater actor, then you lose everything. I was also acting in an other Austrian movie. There I played a serial killer. Strange to act as a serial killer because nobody wants to be a serial killer. So if you feel it, if you got the feeling you're a serial killer, so it's okay. So I'm not a professional actor, so you have to keep the distance. Acting is for me not so much different to writing, because writing you use your words, and if you act you use the body, and you have to go in the situation. So if you're writing, you work also with different people, and you have with different characters, and you have to switch it very quickly. And if you act, you have to do the same. But my writing, I come from prose. Prose writing, the most important things for me, for sure, it's the rhythmic, and I think my writing is also very visual. I always think in pictures. The pictures are for me. I have not an idea, actually. Probably I have more a picture in my mind, and this is the starting point. If I got this picture, I start to develop the ideas.
rođenja ponedeljkom budala. Horde polovnjaka pod velom laži, glasni dozivaju smrt, gledaju na nju kao na pobedu. Niko ne može da slomi moj duh, niko ne može da slomi moj duh, niko ne može da slomi moj duh, niko ne može da slomi moj
We closed about 3 months ago in mid-March when things were getting crazy all around, and then we were not expecting to close, but of course we had to close at the end. And then since then we are working from home, trying to digitalize the content we have and also trying to create more content for the digital channels like YouTube or other social media channels. And then also we kind of asked artists to send us videos as well, like to tell about what they're doing during the quarantine, during this situation, what they are working on, how they are continuing their lives, and etc. We are in contact with different institutions, and it is of course very traumatic for many institutions. First, because of budget, because nobody was expecting that to happen, and there is a research showing that 1/8 of the museums will never be open again after the pandemic is over, because it is very hard to continue to work in that way. And also again, like economical situation is bothering many museums all around the world, and we are a private museum, but it's not very different for private or let's say public institutions. We started to make some online exhibitions. Like we have this, we are part of this Artist Film International, a project started by Whitechapel in London. And then, so there are institutions from all around the world, including Belgrade actually. So like we normally make an exhibition or a screening at the museum, but for this edition, for 2020, let's say, we decided to make an online exhibition, for example. And then our photography department asked like 40 something artists to send their reflections on the situation. So we made this online exhibition as well. And then, of course, we had some exhibitions that we already had inside the museum, but of course we have no audience. So we worked on making virtual tours out of them. Istanbul is the center for culture and art, especially for contemporary art. So I think it will be useful for us as well to be able to reach beyond Istanbul by using our social media channels or using our website or any other tools that we can easily get in touch with or get connected to the other cities in Turkey or elsewhere in the world. We had this new international artist residency program that we were working for about 1.5 years, and we just opened the exhibition of the residency project 2 weeks before the closure because of the pandemic. So I think when we open now, we will work on this exhibition to make it more visible and to be seen more by our audience. And of course, this residency project will be one of the projects that we want to continue. Of course, this pandemic has to come to an end because it was about the crafts and craftspeople in Istanbul. So we chose 10 artists from different countries. Some of them were already working with craftspeople. Some of them were not working with craftspeople, but they were very open to work with different materials and techniques. That's how we chose these 10 artists. And so we asked them to come to Istanbul to make a research trip that we have shown them different crafts and different crafts neighborhoods, different crafts workshops. And then in the second visit, they came for production. So in between, they worked on a project and we had them as curators to develop their ideas. And in the third visit, they came for the exhibition opening. We just called it International Artist Residency Program. And then the name of the exhibition we did with this project is called Guests, Artists and Craftspeople, just explaining the content of it basically. And then the artists were Faik Ahmed from Azerbaijan, from Baku. There was Rana Begum, who is living in London. She is from London, but originally she is from Bangladesh. And then Benji Boyajian from Jerusalem. And then Rodrigo Hernandez, originally from Mexico City, but living and working in Lisbon. And then Servet Koçyiğit, originally from Turkey, but has been living in the Netherlands last 25 years. And then we have Outi Pieski, who is a Sami artist from Finland. She lives and works in the northern Finland. And then we have Randi and Katrine, an artist duo from Denmark, from Copenhagen. And then we have Vaher Shavki, who is mostly living in Philadelphia, but also in Alexandria in Egypt. And then we have Jorinda Voigt from Berlin. So we wanted to kind of diversify the selection, from different regions, from different countries, of course. And also, if you check our website, also we want them to work in different crafts. So they worked on carpet making to, metal spinning, to carpentry, to many different crafts basically that are still present in the city center in Istanbul.